The test was supposed to last 10 minutes, no risks, no permanent effects. But when the timer hit 0, reality never recovered. This file was never meant to be opened, but Unsealed Chronicles found it. What you're about to hear comes from classified research logs, partial witness testimony, and documents marked Do Not Release. This is File I Entry 01. In the late 20th century, a private research group began testing something they called phase threshold contact. The goal was simple, in theory, to observe what happens at the exact boundary between controlled space and uncontrolled reality. No portals, no time travel, no entities, just a short experiment designed to measure instability. 10 minutes, that was all they needed. At minute 6, sensors detected a fluctuation no equation could explain. Temperature dropped in one corner of the room while rising in another. Cameras captured something worse, a distortion. Not a shape, not movement, more like absence. One scientist described it as a hole where expectation should be. At minute 8, the lead researcher ordered termination. The system didn't shut down, it responded. Audio logs reveal something chilling. The equipment began adjusting itself, correcting variables no one had touched, almost as if the experiment wasn't being observed anymore, it was being studied. At minute 10, the timer stopped counting, not frozen, not broken. It simply reached 0 and stayed there. After shutdown, the room appeared normal, but the footage tells a different story. Objects were no longer where they were placed. Angles felt wrong. Depth perception failed on camera. One researcher walked out of frame and reappeared seconds later from the opposite side. No cuts, no edits. The room had changed. If you want the next file, the one explaining what the researchers refused to document, comment File 1 Entry 02 now, because what comes next explains why this experiment was never repeated. Within weeks, unrelated anomalies began appearing elsewhere. Buildings with impossible layouts, hallways that looped, rooms that felt unfinished. At the time, no one connected the dots. But the internal files stayed. The experiment didn't create something new, it revealed something that was already there. One final memo was circulated internally before the project was erased. It read, "We did not open the door. We removed the limit, and reality has not forgiven us. The facility was shut down." The staff reassigned, the records sealed, except this one. Because the next entry explains why some of the researchers began reporting that reality felt thinner, and why one of them claimed the experiment never actually ended. Comment File I Entry 02 to continue. This file is still unsealing.